King.
Hey there guys, it has been requested that I do a Christmas type special on Mac versus PC for presents, etc. Since the holidays are quickly approaching, I'd like to get that done right now. So I was sent the email this morning and I'm making it now. Mac versus PC. We're gonna go through the positives of both of them first, and then we'll start the dissing of both of them. And yes, there are negatives about both. Let's get started. As we see, we've got Mac and we have PC. I've compiled a pretty simple list, took me about 3 minutes to do, using the application MindNode that goes over the positive and negatives of both. I will add some in this video. Let's start with a desktop Mac. It's small, compact, there's no tower that goes along with it. It's very, very easy to move around. There's no cables really. It's one cable and you're running. There's power, that's all you need. And then you've got your wireless keyboard and wireless mouse. Another feature of it is the displays are huge, crisp, and crystal clear. They're huge, crisp, and crystal clear. And that's a very nice feature. With a laptop Mac, it's really, really compact. It's the world's thinnest laptop. It's the MacBook Air, the newest one. It is the world's thinnest laptop, measuring 0.86 inches at its thickest part, and it goes down to 0.11, which is crazy. So extremely thin. Expose on a Mac. This feature. Windows has copied this, but Mac was really... Apple was the first to come up with it, and Microsoft did take it, but it's the very, very easy way to switch windows. There's no having to minimize. I never, ever minimize. Ever. I switch desktops. That's what I do. I've created a shortcut for Spaces, which lets me switch desktops and keep windows open. Simplicity. OS X is designed on Unix. Unix and Linux are meant for servers and whatnot like that. Like Facebook runs on Linux. Google runs on Linux. Pretty much all websites run on Linux. It's the third operating system out there. And the simplicity behind, or in front of how a Mac works is so simple. Everything just makes sense. Within the first 2 hours of using a Mac, you will know it inside and out. But the power behind that simplicity is huge power. There's massive capabilities disguised as very, very simple things. I thought of the analogy that one click really does a multitude of things behind, while on a PC you'd have to go through and click everything. System preferences. All your preferences are right there. Yes, there's control panel, but there's all those tiny little options in control panel after you click each individual one. There's kind of like that on a Mac, but it's all displayed very easily, such as sharing. If you want to share, I'm running OS X server, it's not actually the normal OS X, so these are a little different. But if I want to be able to share my screen, I can turn it on. I don't have to go and download something. If I want DVD or CD sharing, that's an option PCs don't have. Remote login, there's just all these different little features that are very, very handy. Login. You can set your things, how things log in. Profile pictures are right there. It's all just very, very simple. Alright, the built-in hardware. iSight camera, which you're looking through, is the clearest camera I have ever seen. Don't quote me on this, but in personal opinion, it is way clearer than any PC webcam I've ever seen on the market. It could be changed since last then. I'm not really ahead with the PCs anymore because I'm more Mac based. Don't get me wrong, I was a PC for 13 years. From birth, whenever I started using a computer, till the age of, I believe it was 14. From birth till the age 14, I was PC, and I absolutely hated and despised Macs. And the only reason is, now that I come down to it, I just had never really used a Mac, and because it was something other than what I knew, I didn't want to go ahead and try it. It was actually my mother's friend who said, if he's going to get a computer, don't let him get a PC. At least try a Mac. So we went ahead and said, okay, yeah, let's go for a Mac. So I bought my Mac, and I will never, ever go back to PC. You are not making a mistake by buying a Mac. I can tell you that right now. The only disadvantage of the built-in hardware is you cannot customize. There are no hardware modifications. If I want to change how much hard drive space I have, I've got to go and take it into the Apple Store, and they've got to open it all up and change my hard drive. There's no just quick swapping. So that's a little sad. The ports on the back, I can't attach like 2 FireWire drives. I can only attach 1. All those things are customizable on a PC. You can do custom hardware. So that's one disadvantage. But another advantage, a positive, boot up time. Macs boot like that. They are extremely quick. They don't become slow over time like a Windows computer does because of the registry. It becomes cluttered, and the longer you use it, the slower it becomes. With a Mac, it stays quick and is always quick. I've never had to reload OS X because of slowness. I have optionally reloaded OS X because. Installation of programs, so simple. In any of my tutorials, you'll see that I simply click and drag the downloaded program into my applications folder. There's no need to actually run an installer to install a program. It's just click and drag, and it's done. To uninstall, you delete the application. You just drag it to the trash, and it's gone. All of it is gone. So those are the positives of a Mac, some of them. The negatives, there's no hardware mods, and you begin to love Apple a little too much, and you may want to, like, meet Steve Jobs and become his best friend. But, I guess that could be a positive. I really can't think of any true negatives. I'm going to try by the end of this tutorial. Let's move on to PC now. I need to create a little more. Positives of a PC. You have ergonomic keyboard options. There are no ergonomic thingies for Mac. You can plug in a ergonomic keyboard, but it's not the same. The mouse really isn't ergonomic. It's not so great for your wrist. You're like in this weird position, but you get used to it. So those are some positives of a PC. You are allowed custom hardware and ergonomic. Negatives. They're kind of chunky, no offense, but you got your tower. If it's a PC, you've got a tower and your monitor and all the cables that go along with it. Then you've got to attach an external stereo and everything like that. On a desktop Mac, the stereo and everything is already built in. Slowness kind of ties in with the registry. It gets slow over time, but a PC, no matter how much RAM you chuck in it, is going to end up being slower than a Mac. This is a personal opinion. PC fanboys are going to fight me on this, but yeah. Another negative with a PC is they copied a whole lot of things off OS X. Expose, that's one thing they copied. They now in Windows 7 have copied the dock. Yeah, they've made it look a little different, but hey, in retrospect they copied it. Another thing is their little fold-down triangles, like these in iTunes. Those used to be little plus symbols on a PC. They even copied those. Like, they're getting a little lame. It's kind of too bad. So those are some negatives. Let's think of some more positives here about a PC. They can look nice. Great for gaming. Great for gaming. You're allowed huge variants with graphics cards. You can custom install whatever type of graphics you want in a desktop. You're able to put in external PCI cards, so really you can do custom hardware like you've never seen before. You can do water cooling, you can do whatever you want. But since this video has dragged on for a little too long now, we're at 9 minutes, I'm going to end it here and say, for the Christmas holidays, go for a Mac. In all honesty, knowing a PC inside and out for 14 years and then switching to a Mac, you learn it like that. There's really no, in my mind, there is no challenge between these two. Go with a Mac. That's all I can say. You won't be disappointed. And hey, if you end up being disappointed, you can unsubscribe from me. It's okay. Because I personally am not disappointed with my purchase. The price of a Mac, that's a negative. The price of a Mac is way higher than any price of a PC, but the reason for that is you aren't really going to have to service your Mac anytime soon. With a PC, you might have to get it reloaded every so often. Oh, the huge one, virus software. On a Mac, you don't need virus software. On a PC, you do, because you'll get viruses. A Mac is self-protected. It's great. You need no antivirus, no spyware software, no adware software. It all just works. You take it out of the box, turn it on, you're done. You can start using it instantly. With a PC, you gotta run through setups. So there's my opinion. Go with a Mac. You won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later.